Grappling with life, it's about achieving a level of understanding. In a world that never stops talking, where silence is often filled with the next notification, there's a truth we seldom acknowledge. The loudest moments in our lives are not the ones filled with noise, but those heavy with our own thoughts and reflections. It's in these moments of solitude that we find ourselves face to face with life's most profound questions and our most genuine selves. This isn't just about enjoying a quiet cup of coffee alone or taking a solitary walk. It's about embracing a tradition as ancient as Stoicism itself. Stoics understood the power of solitude not as a mere escape from the world, but as a crucial path to inner peace, self-awareness, and personal strength. Today, we're diving deep into the heart of solitude, exploring not just its surface, but its profound depths and the incredible ways it can enrich, challenge, and transform us. So if you've ever felt that pull towards quiet spaces, or if you're curious about how stepping back can actually bring you closer to the essence of life, then you're in the right place. Let's embark on this journey together, uncovering the timeless wisdom of Stoicism through the lens of solitude and discovering how it can illuminate our paths today. If you appreciate the journey we're embarking on today, the simplest favor you can do for us is hit that subscribe button. And remember, if you resonate with seeking depth in the quiet moments of life, you're not like most. You're an exception. So make sure you don't skip any part of this video to fully embrace the insights we're about to explore together. There's something almost magical about those who carve out time to be alone. They're not just sitting quietly, no. They're often embarking on some of the most thrilling adventures and profound explorations, but all within the realms of their own minds. These are the people who aren't afraid to question the why behind everything, to ponder the mysteries of the universe, or to imagine realities far beyond our everyday experiences. Stoics were all about deep thinking and introspection. They believed that by reflecting on our thoughts, emotions, and reactions, we could gain control over them, leading to inner peace and resilience. So when someone enjoys their own company and delves into deep thought, they're practicing a form of Stoicism. They're embracing the idea that understanding the world starts with understanding oneself. This isn't just about being lost in thought for the sake of it, though. It's about using those thoughts as a springboard to gain insights into our lives, our behaviors, and our beliefs. For dreamers and deep thinkers, solitude provides the perfect backdrop for this kind of introspection. Without the distractions of constant social interactions, they can better listen to their inner voice, allowing them to connect with their true selves on a deeper level. And let's not forget about the dreamers. Stoicism might emphasize living in the present, but it also recognizes the importance of envisioning the future. After all, how can we aim for a life of virtue and meaning without dreaming about what that looks like? Those moments of solitude then become a crucible for creativity and imagination, where dreamers can envision not just what is, but what could be. So if you ever find yourself marveling at the quiet person in the corner, lost in their book or staring off into the distance, remember, they're not just sitting there, they're exploring vast worlds within their mind, asking big questions and dreaming up futures that might one day shape our reality. In embracing solitude, they're walking a path laid out by the Stoics, finding strength, wisdom, and peace in the quiet spaces of their minds. There's something profoundly powerful about being able to sit with your emotions, to truly understand them rather than just experiencing them as fleeting, unexamined states of being. People who cherish their alone time, they get this. They don't just feel. They observe, dissect, and truly comprehend their emotions. This isn't about suppressing feelings or pretending they don't exist. Quite the opposite. It's about developing emotional granularity that allows them to pinpoint exactly what they're feeling and why. Stoics strive for apatheia, which is often misunderstood as a lack of feeling. In truth, it's about not being overpowered by our emotions, allowing us to respond to life's ups and downs with a sense of calm and rationality. It's about understanding our emotions to such an extent that we can experience them, learn from them, and then guide them in ways that align with our deeper values. This emotional intelligence is what solitude seekers inadvertently practice in their quiet moments. They're not just avoiding the world, they're engaging in a deep Stoic dialogue with themselves, mastering the art of emotional regulation. Imagine being able to distinguish between feeling merely sad and being melancholic, wistful, or even introspectively reflective. This nuanced understanding of emotions can profoundly change how we interact with ourselves and the world around us. It's like having a detailed map of your emotional landscape. Knowing every hill and valley allows you to navigate through life with much more ease and grace. This mastery over emotions doesn't mean solitude lovers are impervious to feeling down or overwhelmed. Rather, they possess the tools to understand and manage these states, turning potential turmoil into opportunities for growth and self-discovery. What's truly beautiful about this process is the freedom it brings. By becoming masters of emotions, individuals gain the liberty to choose how they respond to the world. This choice, this freedom, is at the heart of Stoicism. It's about recognizing that while we may not control what happens to us, we have the power to control our reactions. The serenity and introspection of solitude provide the perfect training ground for this kind of emotional wisdom. The next time you find yourself alone, consider it an opportunity to tune in to your emotional world. Use that quiet space to reflect on what you're feeling, to ask yourself why, and to explore the depths of your emotional being. Remember, like the Stoics, you have the power to understand, shape, and grow from your emotions. In solitude, you're not just passing time. You're engaging in one of the most profound acts of self-care and personal development possible. There's an undeniable allure in the idea of charting your own course, of not merely following the crowd, but seeking a path that is uniquely yours. This isn't about rebellion for rebellion's sake. It's about the pursuit of authenticity, about aligning your life with your deepest values and convictions. For those who relish their alone time, this isn't just a lofty ideal, it's a lived reality. In the quietude of their solitude, they have the space to listen, to really listen to the stirrings of their own hearts, unswayed by the cacophony of societal expectations. It's here, in these moments of reflection, that they can truly discern what matters most to them. This process of introspection is deeply Stoic in nature. Stoicism teaches us the value of living in accordance with our own nature, of recognizing that true happiness comes not from external accolades or possessions, but from living a life of virtue and purpose. But walking your own path requires courage. It demands the strength to stand firm in your convictions, even when the world seems to push against you. It requires the resilience to face doubt, both your own and that of others, and to continue forward, guided by your inner compass. This is where the solitude seeker's journey aligns with Stoic principles. Stoicism isn't about withdrawing from the world. It's about engaging with it on your own terms, fortified by a clear understanding of your values and guided by reason and virtue. Imagine the profound sense of freedom that comes from this way of living. When you walk your own path, you're not bound by the arbitrary rules and expectations that constrain so many. Instead, you're free to explore, to grow, to evolve in ways that are meaningful to you. This doesn't mean solitude lovers live in isolation, indifferent to the world around them. On the contrary, by cultivating a strong sense of self, they're better equipped to engage with others in a more authentic, meaningful way. They can form connections that are based on genuine understanding and mutual respect, rather than on conformity or convenience. Walking your own path also fosters a sense of inner peace. Knowing that your choices and actions are in harmony with your deepest beliefs brings a contentment that's hard to shake. This Stoic peace is not the absence of struggle or challenge. It's the calm assurance that comes from knowing you're living true to yourself, regardless of life's storms. Picture a person so driven by a thirst for knowledge that they embark on a journey of learning, not led by a structured curriculum or a classroom's walls, but propelled by pure curiosity, and the joy of discovery. This self-directed learning isn't just about acquiring facts or mastering skills. It's an expression of the deepest human desire to understand the world and our place within it. Stoicism teaches us the importance of wisdom and the pursuit of knowledge, not for the sake of prestige or recognition, but as a way to live a more informed and virtuous life. For the Stoics, the value of learning lies in its application towards living well and fulfilling our potential. Similarly, those who find solace in solitude use their alone time as an opportunity to explore, to question, and to grow. They are autodidacts, not because they shun formal education, but because their quest for knowledge is boundless, not confined to the traditional avenues of learning. What makes this self-directed learning so profound is its deeply personal nature. Autodidacts choose what to learn based on their interests, needs, and questions about the world. This freedom allows them to dive deeply into subjects that fascinate them, making the process of learning not a chore, but a passion. In this way, knowledge becomes not just information to be stored away, but a lens through which they view the world, a tool that shapes their thoughts, actions, and interactions with others. Consider, too, the resilience and discipline required for this kind of learning. Without the external structure of a classroom or the immediate feedback of grades, autodidacts must rely on their intrinsic motivation. This self-discipline is a key Stoic virtue, reflecting the ability to pursue long-term goals and the commitment to self-improvement. The process of teaching oneself, then, is not just about the acquisition of knowledge. It's a practice in Stoic virtues, a testament to the power of the human will to overcome obstacles in the pursuit of wisdom. But being an autodidact in the realm of solitude doesn't mean one is isolated or disconnected from the world. On the contrary, this self-directed journey of learning often leads to a deeper connection with others. Armed with knowledge and insights, solitude seekers can engage in more meaningful conversations, contribute to their communities in impactful ways, and navigate the complexities of life with a clearer understanding and a broader perspective. Imagine facing life's storms with a calmness that doesn't just weather them, but transforms these challenges into opportunities for growth and learning. This isn't about being unaffected by adversity. It's about cultivating an inner strength that allows one to approach difficulties with a sense of equanimity and purpose. Stoicism teaches us that while we cannot control external events, we can control our reactions to them. It's the idea that our resilience is not determined by the absence of challenges, but by our ability to respond to them with wisdom and virtue. Those who enjoy their solitude embody this principle. They use their moments of quiet reflection to build a fortress of inner strength, preparing them to face the world with a composed and steadfast spirit. But unshakable resilience goes beyond merely coping with adversity. It involves a profound transformation of perspective. Solitude seekers learn to see challenges not as insurmountable obstacles, but as teachers, each difficulty providing lessons in patience, perseverance, and perhaps most importantly, humility. This Stoic view turns the journey of resilience into one of continuous personal development, where each setback becomes a stepping stone towards greater wisdom and inner peace. Moreover, this resilience is nurtured in solitude, where the noise of the external world fades away, allowing for a deeper connection with one's inner self. In these moments of quiet, solitude seekers engage in a dialogue with their thoughts and emotions, practicing the Stoic exercises of reflection and self-examination. This practice not only fortifies them against the trials of life, but also enriches their experiences, turning solitude into a wellspring of strength and clarity. The beauty of unshakable resilience lies in its ripple effect. By embodying this trait, solitude lovers become beacons of stability and assurance for those around them. Their calmness in the face of adversity inspires others, spreading the virtues of patience, understanding, and resilience. This influence, subtle yet profound, underscores the Stoic belief in the interconnectedness of all things, where the strength of one can uplift many. This isn't about ambition in the traditional sense, where achievements are measured by external accolades or societal benchmarks. No, this is about a deeper, more personal drive, the kind that burns from within, guiding one towards pursuits of passion, curiosity, and genuine fulfillment. For those who cherish their solitude, this inner fire is both a compass and a source of energy. It propels them not towards what the world expects of them, but towards what makes their soul sing. This intrinsic motivation is incredibly Stoic at its core. Stoicism isn't just about enduring hardship with a stiff upper lip. It's about understanding what truly matters in life and pursuing it with vigor and dedication. Just as the Stoics believed in living in accordance with nature, individuals driven by their inner fire align their actions with their true nature and deepest values. But what does it mean to be driven by this inner fire? It means waking up each day, not out of obligation, but out of a genuine eagerness to engage with one's passions and projects. It means setting goals that aren't dictated by societal norms, but are born out of personal aspirations and dreams. This drive is about finding joy in the process itself, relishing the journey as much as, if not more than, the destination. In solitude, this fire is kindled through reflection, through the joy of discovery, and through the peace that comes from knowing one is on their own true path. Moreover, this inner fire fosters resilience and perseverance. Just as Stoicism teaches the importance of persistence in the face of obstacles, being driven by an inner passion provides the strength to overcome challenges. This isn't about blind optimism or ignoring reality. It's about facing difficulties with the confidence that comes from knowing you're pursuing something truly meaningful. Importantly, this Stoic-driven motivation isn't selfish or solitary in its outcome. By following their inner fire, individuals often inspire those around them. They become examples of what it means to live authentically, passionately, and with purpose. Their endeavors, fueled by genuine interest and love for what they do, have the potential to contribute significantly to the world, whether through creative expressions, innovative solutions, or simply by spreading joy and inspiration through their dedication. This is not merely about decluttering physical spaces or minimizing possessions, though those can be aspects of it. Rather, it's about seeking and appreciating the essence of life, about finding richness in the understated, and about understanding that often less truly is more. In the embrace of solitude, simplicity becomes not just a practice but a form of art. It's about stripping away the unnecessary, about focusing on what truly matters, and about finding joy and contentment in the fundamental. This approach to life is profoundly Stoic. Stoicism teaches us to distinguish between what is within our control and what isn't, encouraging us to focus our energy only on the former. It reminds us that the path to happiness and virtue doesn't lie in external wealth or possessions, but in living a life of purpose, in harmony with our own nature and values. For lovers of simplicity, this philosophy manifests in every aspect of their lives. They find beauty in the quiet moments, in the subtle changes of the seasons, in the textures and colors of nature, and in the simple pleasures that each day offers. This appreciation for the simple things is not born out of ignorance of life's complexities, but out of a deep understanding that true contentment lies beyond materialism and external validation. Simplicity also fosters a sense of freedom and clarity. By choosing to live simply, individuals free themselves from the endless cycle of desire and dissatisfaction that characterizes much of modern life. They create space, both physically and mentally, to engage with their passions, to reflect, and to grow. This clarity of mind and purpose is a goal of Stoic practice, enabling one to live according to reason and virtue. Moreover, the love for simplicity is a statement of independence. It's a declaration that one's happiness and peace of mind are self-sourced, not dependent on keeping up with ever-changing trends or accumulating symbols of success. This independence is deeply aligned with Stoic principles, emphasizing self-reliance, resilience, and the pursuit of personal excellence over external achievement. But perhaps most importantly, simplicity allows for deeper connections, both with oneself and with others. In the absence of distractions and excess, solitude lovers are able to engage more fully with their own thoughts and emotions, as well as with the people in their lives. They cultivate relationships based on genuine interaction and shared experiences, rather than on superficial measures of status or success. These are the people who, in the quiet moments alone, tune into a deeper wisdom that guides their decisions and actions. It's not about esoteric secrets or mystical powers. Rather, it's about developing a keen awareness of one's inner voice, that gut feeling that often knows best, even when our rational mind hesitates. Stoicism teaches us the importance of living in accordance with our nature and emphasizes the role of reason in navigating life. However, it also acknowledges that true wisdom often transcends mere logical reasoning, coming from a profound understanding of oneself and the world. For those guided by their intuition, solitude provides the perfect backdrop to hone this understanding, to listen, and to learn from the quiet wisdom that speaks when we quiet the noise around and within us. Being intuitively guided is about trust. It's about trusting oneself enough to listen to that inner voice, even when it goes against conventional wisdom or the expectations of others. It's a form of courage, really. A courage that Stoicism espouses in its encouragement of living a virtuous life, guided by one's own principles and values. This trust doesn't develop overnight. It's nurtured in the moments of solitude, through reflection, through being present with oneself, and through the practice of tuning into one's feelings and instincts. But why is intuition so important? Imagine facing a crossroads without a clear direction from logic or reason alone. In such moments, intuition can be our compass, offering guidance that, while it may seem illogical at first, often leads us to choices that align with our deepest values and desires. This alignment is quintessentially Stoic, as it echoes the philosophy's aim for harmony between one's actions and nature. Furthermore, being intuitively guided enriches our lives in profound ways. It opens us to experiences we might have rationalized away, brings us closer to our authentic selves, and allows us to navigate the world with a sense of confidence and peace that comes from being deeply rooted in our own truth. This peace is not the absence of struggle, but the result of knowing we are living in congruence with our inner wisdom, a principle that Stoicism holds dear. The development of intuition also fosters a sense of connectedness to oneself, to others, and to the world at large. In solitude, as we learn to listen to our inner voice, we also learn to see the interconnectedness of all things, a concept that Stoicism encourages us to explore. This sense of connectedness reinforces the idea that our intuition is not just a personal guide, but a link to a larger, more universal wisdom. This isn't merely about defiance for its own sake, but represents a deeper, more principled stand. It's about knowing who you are and holding fast to your values, even when the world seems to push in another direction. For those who find comfort in solitude, this resilience isn't just a choice, it's a way of life. Stoicism offers a powerful foundation for this kind of resilience. The Stoics teach us that the only true good lies in our own actions and character, not in the opinions or approval of others. This perspective frees individuals from the need for external validation, allowing them to live in accordance with their own values and beliefs. When you're resilient to social pressure, you embody this Stoic principle, demonstrating the courage to live authentically in a world that often values conformity. But why is this resilience so important? In an age dominated by social media and a culture obsessed with popularity and external appearances, the pressure to conform can be overwhelming. It's all too easy to lose oneself in the pursuit of acceptance, to silence one's own voice in favor of the crowds. Yet those who stand firm against this pressure know something crucial. True satisfaction and peace come not from external accolades, but from living a life that's true to oneself. This understanding doesn't mean isolating oneself or dismissing the value of community. Rather, it means engaging with the world on one's own terms, contributing in ways that are meaningful and authentic. Being resilient to social pressure also cultivates a deeper sense of self-respect and integrity. It's about aligning your actions with your values, even when it's challenging, even when it means standing alone. This alignment is deeply Stoic, reflecting the philosophy's emphasis on living a life of virtue and purpose. In solitude, individuals have the space to reflect on their values, to understand what truly matters to them, and to strengthen their resolve to live in accordance with those principles. Moreover, this resilience has a ripple effect. By standing firm in their beliefs and values, solitude seekers set an example for others. They show that it's possible to live a fulfilling life outside the bounds of societal expectations. They inspire others to question, to reflect, and perhaps to find their own paths. This influence is a form of leadership, one that is quiet yet powerful, grounded in the Stoic virtues of wisdom, courage, and integrity. It's about accepting every facet of our being, the light and the dark, the strengths and the weaknesses. This journey towards self-acceptance is not for the faint of heart. It requires courage, honesty, and a willingness to confront aspects of ourselves we'd rather ignore. Yet those who find solace in solitude know that it is within this quiet space that the most profound self-discovery takes place. The Stoics believed in the importance of understanding oneself, not just the superficial self, but the true self that lies beneath. They taught that wisdom comes from knowing who we are, and that virtue lies in aligning our lives with our true nature. By embracing the whole self, we embody this wisdom, accepting our imperfections not as flaws, but as opportunities for growth and learning. But what does it mean to embrace the whole self? It means acknowledging that we are complex beings, capable of great kindness and deep flaws, filled with potential, yet burdened by limitations. It's about recognizing our emotions, our desires, our fears, and our dreams, and accepting them as integral parts of who we are. This acceptance doesn't imply resignation, but empowerment. When we understand and accept ourselves fully, we gain the power to change, to grow, and to live more authentically. Embracing the whole self also involves the integration of the shadow self, a concept that speaks to the parts of our personality we deny or suppress because they don't align with our ideal self-image. In solitude, away from the judgments and expectations of society, we can confront these hidden aspects of our being. This process, deeply Stoic in its pursuit of self-awareness, allows us to achieve a greater sense of wholeness and balance. It's a challenging journey, but one that ultimately leads to a more authentic and fulfilling life. Moreover, this journey towards self-acceptance fosters compassion, both for oneself and for others. Understanding our own complexities helps us to empathize with the struggles and contradictions of those around us. This compassion is a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy, which emphasizes the interconnectedness of humanity and the importance of kindness and understanding. As we close this chapter of our journey together, remember, the path to embracing solitude and discovering the richness it brings to life is not just about finding peace in silence. It's about finding yourself in the vastness of your own inner universe. If this conversation has sparked a flame within you, I invite you to continue exploring with us. On the screen, you'll find suggested videos that delve deeper into the Stoic journey and the art of living fully. Click on any of them to continue your journey of self-discovery and growth. Thank you for being a part of the Stoic mindset world. Your presence and engagement make this community a beacon of wisdom and understanding in a world that often forgets the power of introspection and the strength found in solitude. Until next time, may you walk your path with courage, wisdom, and an open heart.